The vast expanse of our world is populated by both men and women who, in their quest for pleasure, excitement, and novelty, incessantly seek experiences that evoke laughter or tears. Their pursuits do not prioritize strength, stability, or power. Instead, they manifest vulnerability by embracing weakness and eagerly dispersing whatever power they possess. Conversely, individuals who wield genuine power and influence are a rare breed, for only a select few are willing to make the requisite sacrifices necessary to attain such power. Moreover, an even smaller fraction of these individuals demonstrate the patience and dedication required to steadfastly cultivate their character. To be swayed by the fleeting thoughts and impulses that pervade our minds is to expose oneself to a state of weakness and powerlessness. True strength and power, however, lie in the ability to control and direct these internal forces. Men with strong animalistic passions may exhibit the ferocity reminiscent of beasts, yet this alone does not constitute true power. While the elements of power may reside within them, genuine power emerges only when this ferocity is subdued and harnessed by the higher faculties of intelligence. Indeed, the path to power entails a continuous ascent to ever higher states of intelligence and consciousness. The distinction between a man of weakness and one of power is not merely a matter of personal willpower, but rather hinges upon the focus of consciousness, which reflects their respective levels of knowledge and understanding. Those who are driven by a pursuit of pleasure, excitement, novelty, and impulsive emotions lack the foundational knowledge of enduring principles that provide balance, stability, and influence. The journey towards acquiring power commences when one, in a conscious effort to restrain their impulses and selfish inclinations, turns inward to the higher realms of consciousness. Here they begin to anchor themselves to unchanging principles, thereby laying the groundwork for the development of genuine power. The realization and integration of these timeless principles into one's consciousness serve as both the source and the secret of the highest form of power. Following a period of introspection, suffering, and self-sacrifice, the illumination of an eternal principle dawns upon the soul, ushering in a divine calm and indescribable joy. Those who attain such insight cease to wander aimlessly. Instead, they remain poised and self-possessed, no longer enslaved by their passions. Armed with the knowledge of unchanging principles, they assume the role of master builders in shaping their destinies. Conversely, individuals governed by self-interest are quick to change course when their comforts are threatened, often failing to recognize that they themselves are the architects of their own downfall. Efforts grounded solely in self-interest lack truth and sustainability. Only endeavors built upon indestructible principles endure the test of time. A person who stands firm upon a principle remains steadfast, regardless of the circumstances they may encounter. Even in the face of torture or death, they refuse to compromise their principles, recognizing that the loss of material possessions, or even life itself, pales in comparison to the loss of character and truth. It is during times of crisis that the true nature of individuals is revealed, distinguishing between those who uphold principles and those who prioritize personal comforts and safety. The acquisition of spiritual power is contingent upon the inward illumination and enlightenment that stem from the realization of spiritual principles. These principles can only be apprehended through continual practice and application. By immersing oneself in the principle of divine love and diligently meditating upon it, one can gain a deeper understanding and appreciation of its essence. Through this process of introspection and self-examination, individuals become increasingly aware of their shortcomings, thereby spurring them to pursue growth and self-improvement. Once an individual catches a glimpse of the majesty of these timeless principles, they are compelled to transcend their weaknesses and imperfections. Their pursuit of divine love becomes relentless, driving them to relinquish every discordant element within themselves until they achieve perfect harmony. Similarly, other spiritual principles, such as purity and compassion, can be applied in the same manner, leading to a profound transformation of the individual's character and consciousness. The cultivation of spiritual power entails maintaining inner peace and integrity amidst life's challenges. It requires a steadfast commitment to spiritual principles, even in the face of adversity. Individuals who remain true to their principles, regardless of the sacrifices they may entail, ultimately emerge as beacons of light and truth, earning the admiration and reverence of future generations. Upholding spiritual principles requires unwavering faith and dedication. By aligning oneself with these principles and integrating them into every aspect of life, one can attain spiritual power and enlightenment. This inner transformation enables individuals to navigate life's complexities with grace, wisdom, and resilience. Spiritual power manifests itself in the form of dispassion, patience, and equanimity. It is cultivated through a deep understanding and application of spiritual principles in daily life. By embodying these principles, individuals transcend their limitations and become conduits for divine love and truth in the world. To grow in spiritual power is to grow in strength and resilience. It requires a continual focus on spiritual principles and a willingness to embody them in thought, word, and deed. Through this process of inner transformation, individuals attain a state of inner harmony and tranquility, becoming vessels of spiritual power and enlightenment. As individuals deepen their understanding and application of spiritual principles, they become increasingly adept at navigating life's challenges with grace and wisdom. This inner transformation enables them to maintain a sense of inner peace and integrity amidst life's complexities, ultimately leading to spiritual fulfillment and enlightenment. Spiritual power is not attained through external validation or material success, but rather through a deep and unwavering commitment to spiritual principles. By aligning oneself with these principles and embodying them in daily life, one can cultivate inner strength, resilience, and wisdom. The journey towards spiritual power is marked by perseverance, dedication, and self-discipline. It requires a willingness to confront one's own limitations and imperfections, as well as a commitment to growth and self-improvement. Through this process of inner transformation, individuals become vessels of divine love and truth, radiating light and wisdom to the world. Upholding spiritual principles requires courage and conviction. It entails a willingness to stand firm in the face of adversity and to remain true to one's principles, regardless of the challenges they may entail. By aligning oneself with these principles, individuals can attain a sense of inner peace and fulfillment, ultimately leading to spiritual growth and enlightenment. The pursuit of spiritual power is not without its challenges, but the rewards are profound and enduring. By aligning oneself with spiritual principles and embodying them in daily life, individuals can transcend their limitations and become beacons of light and truth in the world. Through this process of inner transformation, they can attain a state of spiritual fulfillment and enlightenment, ultimately realizing their true potential as spiritual beings. In conclusion, the attainment of spiritual power requires a deep and unwavering commitment to spiritual principles. By aligning oneself with these principles and embodying them in daily life, individuals can cultivate inner strength, resilience, and wisdom. Through this process of inner transformation, they become vessels of divine love and truth, radiating light and wisdom to the world. Upholding spiritual principles requires courage and conviction, as it entails standing firm in the face of adversity and remaining true to one's values, regardless of the challenges encountered. The pursuit of spiritual power is not without its obstacles, but the rewards are profound and enduring. By aligning oneself with spiritual principles and embodying them in daily life, individuals can transcend their limitations and become beacons of light and truth in the world. Through this journey of inner transformation, they realize their true potential as spiritual beings and contribute positively to the collective consciousness of humanity. In essence, the path to spiritual power involves continual self-reflection, unwavering commitment, and diligent practice. By embracing timeless principles and integrating them into every aspect of life, individuals can elevate their consciousness and experience profound spiritual growth. As they cultivate inner strength and resilience, they become catalysts for positive change, inspiring others to embark on their own journey towards enlightenment. In summary, the acquisition of spiritual power is a transformative process that requires dedication, perseverance, and an unwavering commitment to spiritual principles. By aligning oneself with these principles and embodying them in daily life, individuals can awaken their inner potential and contribute to the evolution of consciousness on a global scale.